we've been working very hard to establish relationships with those big global washing machine brands. And actually, I'm really pleased to be able to say that, at this moment in time, we are in what we call tech verification process with four of the top 10 global washing machine groups.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me is Xeros Technology Group CEO Neil Austin. Neil, very good to meet you. You're up the trading update this week and news of potentially transformational discussions. Before we delve into those, for viewers not familiar with the company, tell us what you do.
Sure, Stephen, thank you. Thank you. Glad to be here. And so in a kind of a nutshell, we at Xeros, we consider ourselves as the future of laundry, as kind of capture all. And in a very kind of basic sense, what we do is we introduce new innovative ways to kind of advance pretty much any and all industries that use a large rotating drum and lots of water and energy, which is primarily laundry services. So whether that's a domestic in your home washing machine, whether that's a larger format kind of commercial laundry machine, which you might get in kind of hotels, obviously dry cleaners, and equally in the final stages of garment manufacture as well. So most people don't realize, but every single article of clothing that we wear always goes through a final kind of a laundry and wash phase as well. So our core technology, which is what we call our fabric care technology, is really all about trying to introduce and innovate that.
And it looks like interest in your fabric care technology is really gaining momentum, Neil. So you were up the trading update yesterday, as mentioned.
Yeah.
Probably more interesting were some of the discussions you talked about in that trading update, and also the letter of intent with a major electronics distributor. And that's for an initial order of one of your technologies.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've only been with the business, Stephen, for just over kind of 2 years. I'm from the appliances industry, a washing machine guy, kind of born and bred. And before I joined Xeros, I always had a very clear sense that the opportunity for this business was actually globalization. So our technology, as I said, really has the opportunity to be able to transform that business. What's really working well for us in more recent years is that we've had that kind of fast fashion phase has started to fall out of fashion, if you'll excuse the pun. People are increasingly becoming frustrated about the fact that their garments really aren't lasting very long at all. And actually, the washing machine industry, the big players, have started to realize that there's a really good opportunity for them to be able to capitalize upon that if they can find a way to extend the garment life. And that is absolutely center of target for what the Xeros technology does. So combination of myself and some of the key guys that I brought onto the business in the last kind of 18 months, we've been working very hard to establish relationships with those big global washing machine brands. And actually, I'm really pleased to be able to say that, at this moment in time, we are in what we call tech verification process with four of the top 10 global washing machine groups. And the fourth of which we were able to announce as of yesterday. So we've got two of the largest European, very large North American, and a very large Southeast Asian. And the tech verification process is basically us saying, give us your machine and we'll demonstrate those benefits on your platform. And it's the kind of final stage before we move to full-blown JDAs. And JDAs will then in turn move to commercialization. So we announced the European one yesterday as the latest that have joined, but actually of the pre-existing cohort, the North American and one of the others are very close to moving to full-blown JDA, and with a very serious intent, which is that they want to be able to commercialize in the early part of 2026. So as we were discussing beforehand, Stephen, it absolutely feels as though this is the moment, this is the year for Xeros to be able to finally fulfill its promise on that core technology.
So we could see your XF3 external microfiber plug then in washing machines at major retail outlets.
Yeah, so that's the second piece that we announced yesterday, Stephen. So another bit of our technology is addressing microfiber pollution. So most people know about microplastics and the issue that they cause. What most people don't realize is that actually about 35% of the total emissions that end up in the world's oceans come from the laundering process. So the washing, the agitation of garments in that process is actually releasing significant amounts of those microfibers. We announced back in September that we had signed a quite significant manufacturing and distribution deal with a company called Donlim Zimbao, one of the largest consumer electronics manufacturers in the world. And we're starting to see the fruition of that. The first of which we talked about yesterday, which is a distributor global consumer electronics brand who has agreed to take our XF3, our external microfiber filtration device technology, when it comes off the production line in the summertime. But that is one, but we're in very serious conversations with others as well. And my goal, as I said, for this business is globalization. So we're well set in terms of UK and to a degree Europe, but we're in advanced conversations with companies in North America, in Southeast Asia, and others within Europe as well.
So Neil, what else does 2025 hold in store for Xeros?
So, I mean, beyond obviously the execution on those key deals, the other bit of our technology that I haven't spoken about is our what we call our finish technology. And this again is the same idea. We're adding exorbs in to improve the process. And we have a licensee in place with a company called Yilmaz Makina. And they are the world's largest denim manufacturing processors. And we are in the final stages of being able to go live commercially with them as well. So we will really have coverage by the end of this year in terms of that final stage garment manufacture, moving into consumers' homes where they're going to be able to use the technology as well to clean clothes themselves. So yeah, it really exciting times for us as a business. Yeah, we're very close now, Stephen.
Well, Neil, I hope you'll keep us posted on any progress. Thank you very much for the introduction today.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
That's Xeros Technology Group CEO Neil Austin.